Okay, I open the meeting of the Tiverton School Committee. This meeting is going to be run as a workshop, so please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the
United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Could you please remain standing for a moment? The past 10 days, I guess it was 10 days ago, we lost a good friend of schools and a great citizen of Tiverton, Ray Ballard. Ray was a member of the Tiverton Elementary School Building Committee from the very beginning. He was always there. He was not a person who wanted to be a chair, but he was always there to serve others. And in Ray, we lost a great man for Tiverton and obviously for our schools. So maybe you can join me in a minute of silence to memorize him. Thank you. So, all right, we have this workshop. First, maybe I will mention that there should be no fear. There will be no votes today. We want to approach this issue with an open mind, clean slate. Every opinion, no matter how different it might be from what you believe, is welcome. And we will continue on the same path as we always did, that everyone within limits is allowed to speak during our meetings, and workshop basically levels the ground, and everyone from the audience can speak as much as the people as much as the committee members. But in order to have some orderly discussion, we have to impose some rules here. The first one is that I will give Mr. Nelson, who proposed the workshop, 5 minutes to start with, to simply brief everyone on his idea, which basically made him propose that particular workshop. After this, anyone is welcome to speak. As always, you have to identify yourself by the full name and I believe address or live. I will measure the time. I will try to give everyone 3 minutes or so. We are not going to be picky. If it's 20 seconds more, no big deal. I will not allow repetitive arguments. I will not allow anyone to be disrespectful to others. There will be no fights between two sides of the issue. We did not ask for an officer to be here today to save taxpayers' money, and hopefully you will work with us to save this few $100 in overtime for the police just by contributing by your behavior.
We can get one here right quick if we need one.
Yes. No, it's just 3 digits. Now, what else do we have? Anything else we have to say? Okay, school committee, we will not try to interrupt you, but if something requires clarification, you might ask a question. I will not hold the committee members to the same time limits. Yes. We will not hold the committee members to the same rules, so if they want to speak at some point, I'm not going to say your 3 minutes is up. And everyone who is going to speak, could you please come to the microphone so everyone can hear you and there are no misunderstandings. Any other questions or suggestions? Because even about the rules, we are very democratic here. You have some suggestions? No? So this is fair to everyone? All right, so we can start. Mr. Nelson, could you please step to the microphone and tell us?
Thank you. My name is David Nelson, and I live on 66 Peaceful Way.
Please sit down so we can hear you.
Hello. Today's Merit Pay Workshop represents an opportunity for Tiverton's key stakeholders to collaborate on this important education initiative. Our efforts can make a real difference to the students, families, and teachers in Tiverton. This is also an opportunity to leverage cooperation to take advantage of federal funding for just this purpose. Such as Race to the Top and Federal Teacher Initiative Fund, we have a wealth of data supporting merit pay available to us, describing the benefits and pitfalls when implementing a program of this type. I encourage all stakeholders in this endeavor to work together in an atmosphere of teamwork and cooperation to make this a success. I suggest we consider proceeding by separating the implementation of a merit pay program from questions inquiring into how we ought to pay for it. The federal programs I mentioned earlier may help us mitigate the burden at the local level. This approach will allow us to focus our efforts on the key criteria of the implementation and administration of a merit pay program. Teaching is a demanding profession. Our efforts here should support our teachers. Within this context, the activities of this workshop will help us define teacher effectiveness and use this information to make key decisions impacting student achievement. We recognize the importance of including a spectrum of measures, not just testing scores. Among the possible goals for a merit program would be improvement of graduation rates, of reading and writing at grade level, increased retention of our best and brightest teachers, increased participation in extracurricular activities, and improved standardized test scores. In my belief, Tiverton should strive to be one of the top 3 school systems in Tiverton and be recognized as such. And in closing, I'd like to thank all of those folks who helped make this workshop possible, setting a new stage for new spirit and cooperation in our town. The Tiverton School Committee deserves much credit for taking this important first step, and I encourage all stakeholders to work together in an atmosphere of cooperation to craft a meaningful framework supporting a merit pay program to help build a better future for the students and teachers in Tiverton. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Wilson. Questions? I don't know how we are going to do it if people ask questions. Just comment? Okay. Thank you. Yes?
Some questions based on this concept document, would that be appropriate?
Sure, sure.